5 things that Misty can't live without overlanding. These 5 things are gonna be great for pretty much everybody. We're gonna tell you what they are,
why they're important.
they're kind of categories, but we're gonna give you recommendations for the ones we like best. Let's get into this. Hey everybody, it's Ben and Beta and
Misty.
And today we're talking about 5 things that Misty just doesn't want to go without overlanding from here on out now that we've experienced them over the last 2 seasons.
And we just got back from a 5-day trip, 3 of which we spent out in the wilderness with all of our equipment. So as we were leaving, I was reflecting on the things that I definitely would recommend people, women especially probably.
I think anybody really.
Maybe anybody. What things I find that made it more comfortable, more enjoyable, things that are always gonna come on our next trip.
Before we get into the rest of the video, please remember that these videos take a lot of time and effort to make. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to watch all the way to the end for the bonus tips. And make sure you share this out with anybody who might be interested in doing some camping overlanding as well. What's your first item?
So the first thing that I have really come to enjoy is this Dometic faucet. So I don't like the feeling of grittiness and you're constantly needing to wipe your hands, and this is a great way to be able to wash your hands, to prep water for food. Taps on automatically at the top, tap off, super easy. Hose goes in one end and the other goes in a water container.
The hose that it does come with is really short, so I actually bought this 1/4-inch tubing off of Amazon. And a lot of people have also purchased this off of Amazon using my links. So I will have links in the description for all of these things if you want to pick up one of these items. It does help the channel out and we do appreciate that. So Dometic, pretty great. There are other ones of these on the market as well. And this is a couple of years old now. The only thing I don't like about this one specifically is that it charges it charges via micro USB instead of USB-C. I don't know if they've updated this yet. If they have updated, that's great. And it does have a magnetic base. So one thing we could do, which we haven't tried yet, is we could actually do that and we keep it out of the way as well. So it's kind of nice because of that. And it's worked really well. The battery lasts a long time. That's the Dometic.
Super handy. Use it multiple times a day when we are at camp.
That's for keeping things clean, water, that kind of stuff. What's the next one?
Let's go with this one right here. So this is one that I didn't know that we needed, but it is a portable toilet. This has like been a rock star for us and it has made things super comfortable. Again, when you're spending multiple days out in the wilderness, this thing pops right up. Ben's gonna demo it here. And then we have special trash bags that you put inside for waste. Pour a little kitty litter on top of it, you are good to go. On one, and there you go.
It's actually height adjustable if you want it to be, but there you go.
Lid flips up. And a regular toilet seat bag goes in underneath. We don't have on my list because we have found out this weekend, I learned that it is not necessary always to have the tent. But we do have a privacy tent for times when we do go out camping and it's a little bit busier or we're not sure the traffic that's gonna come out. Last week, we were the only one for miles, so we didn't even bother putting it up.
And maybe if you were with a group of people and not everybody was comfortable being in front of everybody else, I think that's another reason for the tent, which can be helpful. Or if it's raining out, it's kind of nice to be able to have a place to go, but we don't need it most of the time, which is nice. I like this too. I bring it along every time I go. Honestly, I prefer taking this with me and throwing the trash away when I'm done to like digging a hole or something like that. This is very convenient. And it's, I think, around 40 bucks. So I would definitely pick this up. There's a bunch of different ones on the market, but I'll link this one in the description as well. All right, that's number 2. What's number 3, Misty?
Number 3, I'm gonna go with the big behemoth behind us, is a refrigerator. And we're including the batteries in this as well. But going out, again, multiple days at a time, not having to worry about getting ice, making a mess with it. This has been fantastic. Thank you very much. We still have cold bubbly in the cooler back here, but this is both a fridge and a freezer. We've actually not used the freezer component while camping.
Yeah, so I would say if you're gonna buy a fridge, number 1, this is a 55 quart. It weighs 55 pounds. It's really heavy, it's really big.
It's more than what we need.
I think even for this trip, even for a 5 or 7 day trip, if you reload in the middle and you only put your cold drinks in when you need them, like just kind of reload a couple at a time, I think a 35 quart is probably the right size, to be honest with you. And I think just a fridge. You don't necessarily need a freezer. Where the freezer does come in handy is if you're gonna buy meat from somewhere and you need to transport it back several 100 miles or something like that. It works great for that. But if you put frozen things in there, it keeps it like below 40. It's gonna take a really long time for it to thaw out. So I don't think it's too big of a deal. These are
Cold.
really cold right now. We have it set to about 40 degrees, and that's where we left it. And to go along with that, you do need a way to power it. You can plug it into your vehicle if you want, but obviously you don't want to run your vehicle out of power. That's bad. So it does have a cigarette lighter adapter, and we have these batteries from Blue Eddy. These are unbelievably good batteries. This is 1200 watts total. We can separate them, so this one can come up into our tent and power our heated blanket, that kind of stuff, and then this continues to power the fridge. There's a bunch of different USB outlets and wireless charging, and there's spaces for AC as well. But what's different about these than a lot of other batteries on the market is you can see how dirty and dusty these are. These are meant to get wet. They're meant to get dirty and dusty. They are IP65 rated batteries. And I know that Blue Eddy has some newer stuff out since we purchased this, but I really, really, really like these batteries. We've taken them out for 2 years now. Had no issues with them whatsoever. They've been awesome. Overnight, it might lose about 15% battery of this whole entire unit here. So out of the 1200 watts, about 15%. So yeah.
So fridge and batteries, kind of too. We're including them as one of the 5 things that we don't leave home without.
All right, that's number 3. What's number 4?
Number 4 has got to be the DeVos light.
The DeVos light? I mean the one we're using to light this video right now?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Yeah.
So at camp, again, we're kind of getting to camp by the time we're having dinner and ready. It's getting dark. It's been great overnight when it's completely black and I need to see where I'm going to get out of the tent. It has lights that change colors, which has been great. It's got bright, it's got the bug light and the red light. So this has been super handy at camp, making sure that we can see what we're doing. And for me, I'm afraid of all the nightlife out there. So I
know what's going on.
I want to know what's going on. So that's been really great, having that right outside our tent and being able to easily move this around, and it collapses down really nice.
Yeah, the telescope goes up to 9 feet. You can run it over with a car. There are other nice lights out there, but these are the best that I've ever tested. I use them in the garage. I use them in the basement. I use them to light my videos. I use them in the truck. We use them all over the place. So I highly recommend them. I'll have a link in the description. And that one, I do have a code. If you use code Ben and Beta, you save 10% off on your entire order. So if you order 10 lights, you'll save 10% off the entire order.
One other thing that we're hoping to try out relatively soon is the new table from DeVos that hooks onto the light so that we can set drinks or food, other items on it while using the light. So didn't get a chance to this last couple days. We were exhausted, climbed in our tent early, but next time out, we plan to use this.
All right, so that was number 4. What's number 5?
Number 5, it is an upgraded mattress for our rooftop tent. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so the big thing here is we would recommend a mattress for whatever situation. Obviously, everybody's back and conditions are all different, but we have found the X-Ped mattresses to be the best, or the X-Ped. So we have a 4x4 Colorado tent. You can see that right up there. And inside is a 4x4 Colorado mattress, but it's based off the X-Ped. So it's got foam inside, but it collapses way down when you fold it all up. So it's an air mattress with foam inside. Really, really comfortable.
Very comfortable for both sleeping on the back and on our sides. You can adjust how much air is in it to make it either more firm or less firm. I've slept very well on it as somebody with back and hip issues. It's been great.
And we have an X-Ped mattress that we've used in the back of our vehicle before, and we've kept that around for when other people come to visit, or sometimes Misty uses it on the floor.
I do. I've literally pulled it out into our living room and laid on it on the floor to watch movies.
So that's number 5. So we have 3 bonus items for you then in this case.
Oh boy.
What's number 1?
Number 1, my bonus item for those of you camping where there are mosquitoes has been Thermacell. I have been super impressed by this thing. I thought it was kind of a gimmick when
She did.
Like, is that really gonna keep the bugs away? Don't we need to spray ourselves in DEET? But we actually used this last year for the first time when we were camping in Colorado up in the mountains, and the mosquitoes were horrendous.
Clouds of mosquitoes.
Clouds of mosquitoes. So we use this. I will say it works best
Covered by an awning.
by an
and a
awning
cover.
or an overhang, and you can set it and then set your chairs around it because it keeps that whole area. Although we did use it this weekend, just setting it on the back of the tailgate.
We just set near and
We
dear.
set it
Yep.
here and set our chairs right in front of it, and it worked really, really well.
It does not do anything for other
Flies,
bugs,
yeah.
but for mosquitoes, it's gotten rid of them. And we had mosquitoes every trip we've had this summer. we've had mosquitoes at some point, and this is taking care of them. So really great, very inexpensive. I think you can buy this at Walmart, but I'll have a link in the description for this.
And then it has cartridges that go in it, correct?
Yep,
That
little cartridges you just refill, and then it's rechargeable.
Yeah, bonus item number 1.
Bonus item number 2 is a way to inflate and deflate your tires. So we were on a washboard road on this last trip. It was like 40 miles long, and it was just complete washboard. And there were a lot of different vehicles on there because it was just a dirt road, but it was rough. It was literal washboard for 40 miles. And we aired our tires down, and it made it much more pleasant. That's also helpful for not puncturing your tire as well. If you have like an SUV or something like that, if you can let a little bit of air out, even like 5 pounds on one of those washboard roads, it'll be helpful. But then you also need a way to fill it back up. So there are a couple different things here. This is one, these are both from Thor's Lightning, a great company, but there's lots of different things like this that are out there. So this one, a little thing connects to it. It's USB-C rechargeable. You can also plug it into your cigarette lighter. And basically this just connects to it. It tells you what your tire pressure is. You can let air out and get to specific PSI and then fill it back up one by one. This is gonna take longer, but if you're only doing like 5 pounds per tire or something like that, it's not gonna take long at all.
I will say, both on this trip, because it was really cold one morning, our tire pressure was low.
Yep.
And so to be able to fill it back up on the road, I would have loved this last year. A friend and I went to Yosemite and got low tire pressure, and we didn't have a way to test it. It was 5 in the morning. I didn't stupidly have a tire gauge in my car. And now I do. Now I've got a small little guy in my car, and I'm never worried about tire pressure or if I'm low or it changes. Beyond just deflating and inflating for
Also great for
comfort.
emergencies and a
Great
trip.
for
Like you should always have a way to
emergencies.
inflate your tires just in case something happens, especially if it's a slow leak or it's cold. This system right here, I'm not gonna take the whole thing out, but this is a 4-tire inflation kit. So what this does is it attaches to all 4 of the tires at the same time, and then you can deflate the tires. And then you have to have a bigger air compressor, and there's a Thor's Lightning one that I have, and I'll link that one as well. There, again, other ones are out there, but it works super great. It fills up the tires from 15 to 37 in probably like
10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes max, something like that, like connecting everything and putting it back like 10 minutes. So that's been awesome. So if you don't have one of those things, airing down does really help. It does prevent punctures, and it makes your ride just a lot easier on your back. The last one that I would talk about is basically what you see all this stuff sitting on right now, and that is the T-mat system. So the T-mat system allows you to pack everything in and be able to slide everything out and back in. If you have a truck, just buy one. It's like $250, and I promise you, you will be really happy that you did. It's just a really great investment. But the other cool part about this is if I wanted to lock this thing in place, let's just say it wasn't gonna slide, there are a couple different options for that. I can lock them in with these, and it would stay in its place. And they have a bunch of different ones, like this is one specifically for a crate, but they have a ton of these different systems to tie everything down without having to ratchet strap everything together, and it won't slide around. So packing becomes really, really quick. And then they also have some of these things that have, they're shaped like a wheel, and that's what that flex pack is sitting on. It just slides back into its spot right where it needs to go, and then it won't move, especially when you pack stuff against it. So I love this system. You can slide everything right out to the end of your bed without a problem. So anyway, the idea is you can then slide your stuff up to your end of your bed. And you can see this is a 55-pound fridge. That's at least 50, 60 pounds. There's another container that's full of stuff back there. And now we can get to these things even easier at camp if we wanted to use this stuff, and then I can push it back in. So that stuff could stay where it is, or I could pack it back in there at night and
Shove it back in.
shove it back in. It's so nice and easy to do that. All right, everybody, that's all the things that Misty needs to have now when she's overlanding, and a couple of things I think you should bring along as well. Thank you so much for watching. Remember,
Live your life in beta.
and we'll see you next time.